And we're good.
Okay. So welcome to What's What? Healthy Fats. I'm Stephanie Bogdan, Fitness Program Manager at the Mendel Recreation Center in the Fitness Center. Today, we are going to discuss which ones are considered good for you and which ones are not. We will talk about what are fats and where you can find them in your foods, why fat is a necessary nutrient for you to have, and then we'll discuss what the bad fats are and the good fats. So what are fats? Fats are lipids, and lipids are made up of fatty acids. This picture of the burger, for example, has many different variations of fatty acids. The chemical compound of fatty acids changes depending on the type. So sometimes you hear subgroups such as saturated or unsaturated fats. We're going to play a little game. Let's see if you can find at least 5 different types of fats in this image. It's a little unclear, that's okay. You know this is a loaded cheeseburger, all right? So go ahead and see if you can find 5. And I'm going to label them out for you as we go. So one of them, yep, you got it, the egg. Another, dun-dun-dun, the meat. Of course, that's an easy one, the beef. Then we have the avocado hiding underneath the egg. Cheese, yes. And can you get another one? It's pointing at the sauteed onions. Oil. They were likely cooked in oil. Okay. So what are essential fatty acids? Essential means you need them. They are essential to optimal health. And we broke it down into 2 different types. These 2 types of fatty acids your body does not create on its own. So we need to ingest these fatty acids in order to maintain overall health and well-being. So you can see the different types of examples that I have under omega-6 fatty acids and omega-3. And the roles that these fatty acids play in helping with our overall health are some examples of regulating blood clotting, regulating our genes. They play a role in supporting a healthy immune system by controlling inflammation, and also helping us absorb certain vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin A, D, E, and K. And of course, we all know that fat is a source of energy as well. So these are fats that we need to ingest that we don't get made in our body. So some certain oils, corn tahini is crushed up sesame seeds, right? Sunflower seeds, we've got avocado, types of fish, walnuts, flax and chia seeds, and even some vegetables, believe it or not, have good fatty acids. Okay, I know you've all been waiting for this. The bad fats. Yes, you guessed it. The French fries, the cold cuts, the pizza, the chicken wings, anything that you already know is not really good for you falls under the bad fats category. So what does that mean? The bad fat is considered trans fat. And trans fat is actually a byproduct, man-made result of hydrogenation. And that is a process that we as humans do that turn healthy oils into solid to prevent them from going rancid. Okay? And also, bad fat is considered the saturated fat. For examples of trans fat, we're talking about solid margarine, shortening, the powdered coffee cream that come in the containers that sit on a shelf, liquid flavored coffee cream, convenience foods such as prepackaged baked goods, donuts, cakes, cookies. That's our trans fat. Then the saturated fat is typically fat that is solid at room temperature. So that's not always so bad. We can have some of that, right? But we want to limit it to at least 10% or less of our daily caloric intake. If we have too much of the saturated fat, it drives up our LDL cholesterol levels. And when those spike up, we tip the balance in the wrong direction to high cholesterol. Other examples of foods that are high in saturated fat hot dogs, beef, pork, the skin on your chicken or poultry, high-fat dairy products like full-fat ice cream and cream cheese, anything that has fat or lard in it like bacon or lard itself, certain oils like palm kernel oil, and of course the baked goods, so no more croissants. All right, let's look on the brighter side. So we also have what's considered good fats. These are the fats that you do want to include in moderation in your daily diet. So we're talking about monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. These are the ones that are good for you because they help support the immune system, your heart functioning, and your overall cholesterol levels and good health. These healthier fats are important as part of your diet. However, we do need to make sure we consume moderate consumption. All fats are high in calories. Okay, so this is a big takeaway. How do we control our fat intake without limiting ourselves to those essential fatty acids and also not indulging too much? So some basic bullet points here. Try to use added fats sparingly. So if you're going to add fat to something, make sure you do it in very small amounts. Choosing low fat or fat-free options, as well as foods that just are generally low fat or fat-free, like vegetables. Spreading avocado, margarine, or peanut butter thinly on bread or crackers. This is a hard one to do, right? We like the flavor. We like having that substance. Using an olive oil spray instead of pouring right from the bottle will help keep how much comes into your food at bay. Using low-fat cooking methods, baking, grilling, steaming versus deep frying. And then of course limit the treat foods. So we're going to try to limit cakes, candies, cookies, croissants, desserts, all of the above to special occasions. So my children want to eat candy every day. No. Special occasions for the cookies, the cakes, and the chocolate. Portion sizes are also a good way to help limit how much fat you're ingesting, but while still getting the healthy amount. So for example, serving size. If we're talking about sources of fat, which are super calorie dense, we want to understand what it is equivalent to. For example, 1 teaspoon of butter or mayonnaise is equivalent to the tip of your thumb. So if you don't have an actual measuring spoon, the tip of your thumb is 1 serving size. So if you think about making tuna salad, right? Other examples, 1 tablespoon of salad dressing on your salad, 1 to 2 tablespoons of reduced fat cream cheese. And when I was working on Long Island, there was this deli in East Meadow that would give me a bagel loaded with cream cheese. It must have been 10 tablespoons. That is not what we're talking about when it comes to cream cheese. So don't go to the deli for your bagels and cream cheese. 1 tablespoon of seeds. So if you're eating pumpkin seeds or sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon is your limit. 16 pistachios. Just 16. 10 peanuts, 10 raw peanuts is more than enough. 6 almonds. If you're spreading avocado on your toast, avocado toast, super fun to have for breakfast or brunch, 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. 8 to 10 olives is a serving size, or 2 tablespoons of half and half in your coffee. So who just glugs it in? More than 2 tablespoons are definitely falling out of the spout. So that puts things in perspective on how you can start to slowly limit the amount of overall fat, whether it's the good or the not so good fat in your diet. So that concludes our What's What on healthy fats. If you have any questions, feel free to call us, or you can email mandelfitness@townofpalmbeach.com. Make sure you mark your calendar for our next What's What. which will be on Wednesday, November 18th at 3 p.m. on strength training. Because as they say, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. We'll see you then.